My name is Chidebere Abwa, and these are my family. I'm a native of Anambra State, Nufuma. Last week, Sunday, the man of God came to me and prophesied that I shouldn't surrender, that it's all about settlement. And where he tries to go, he said, I'm at fault.
You shouldn't surrender just like that.
Thank you, sir.
It's too quick for you to just say, no, you have surrendered.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. What happened? It's a matter of settlement. Let them settle the matter.
Okay, sir.
You are at fault.
Yes, sir.
You know you are at fault.
Yes, which is true. I've grown up to be a sadist among the society. But when the force comes, I can't control myself. It all started when I was in Madonna, a missionary school. My intention was to go to that school. Afterwards, I would go into a convent. But when I entered, I met other things inside the school. As a missionary school, we are not meant to go out. But we always jump the fence and club in Oka. That was when I was in my SS1. We club. From there, that was when we started clubbing and hanging out with university graduates. Before I graduated from Madonna, one of my friends, what we do is we never like seeing people happy. Whenever we see some friends, they are talking. My friend will call me, why are these girls? They eat together, they go to the canteen together. Then they wouldn't say anything, but everything runs into my mind. I'll call one of them out, say some things. If she's not buying to my idea, I will leave. Some week after, I will go to the friend's corner. Any night when I want to ease myself, I must penetrate people's corner. I'll take what belongs to that friend and plant it in the other girl's bag. Lock it back. And then I happens to be a prefect in the school. I started handling posts in my JS3. Then I was the assistant social prefect. When they call for prefect meeting, I'll make a suggestion. And that suggestion goes to my plan. And when the person is found out, she's been disgraced and sometimes brought to panel in the school. Once you're being caught like 3 times in a missionary school stealing, you're being expelled from the school, which some people has been expelled, all for my sake. So afterwards, I grew up with that. My parents, in their hands, were the best people that ever happened to me. They make sure I have whatever I want. Before the visiting day, they send whatever I want for me. Provisions, 2 sets, and on a big large. But I will never eat it. I keep it and take it home to them. I don't touch my provision. I rather take from people's own. I can never take mine. I rather send mine back to my family. When I take my girlfriend's provision, I plant it in another person's bag. My guardian in school, she flogged me one day, and I set her up too, because I don't like someone correcting me. Before I left Madonna, something happened. There was a day I went for clubbing. My parents never told me they are visiting, and they surprised me, but I was not in the school premises. They called me, oh, my girlfriend never told me she was returning. She came back without my notice, and I was still in the campus in Oka, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, hanging out with those guys. So when my parents called, I returned back as if they've left, so they were angry, and the school punished me on that. The only friend I call friend, I can never hurt her, but because of what she did, my parents were angry with me. I hurt her to the core. When I left the school, that continues. I can never respect you, no matter who you think you are. No one corrects me, but the only person I listen to at times is my father. My mother cannot even stand me. I insult her and walk out of her. I can only hear the voice of my father. I don't know why. So I grew up with this. I'm very good in making friends, but I can't last with you in 2 days. Highest I can last with a friend is just 1 week. and we have serious issues. So this continues. I take from people, I plant it in on others, so that the person will be embarrassed. But of recent, I don't now do that to people. Rather, I keep them to myself. Why the man of God said I need to settle? Because I'm not in good terms with any of my friends, neither my family. I was meant to serve in Abuja, but I left Abuja because of what happened. In the camp, my very good friend, the only girl that stood by me, the only girl that believed me, that can worship me, she washed my clothes and does everything for me. On a sit-out, I took her phone, switched it off. I even personally reported the case to the camp commandant that they need to find that phone because the camp commandant was my friend. He went around the whole school, searched the camp, looking for that phone. I was the hostel leader. I helped him to look for that phone, even in my own bag, but it's inside my bag. I opened my provision. I put it inside the milk and sealed it back. Nobody could find it until when my brother came to visit me. This my brother. All this has continued. All my brothers can never help me out ever since I started this. But this my brother here was the only one that stood by me. No matter what I do, he still pay my bills. Whatever I want, he makes sure I don't lack. But there was something I did one day, and he beat me. I got angry and vowed to destroy him, which his very only girl he ever loved. I said a lot of things about him to the girl, that he's infected with disease, that the girl should stay off. I even tried to take the girl's phone to see if I can get her parents' number, but I couldn't. Then, I don't know what else to do. When I was in the camp, I took that phone. I sold it to him. I wanted to give him, but I told him I don't have money. You know, I'm just a student. Give me money from the phone. I gave it to him. And the person in question happened to be my close friend. She's always in my house 24/7. We eat together. She stays with my parents. She enters my brother's room, they chat. I know that definitely she's going to see the phone there. And wish she caught him with the phone and they embarrassed him. This my brother. He dealt with me seriously that day. I never knew what came to me, but them, they never knew what I was doing until now. I tried to make him have a serious accident. I tried to open his fuel tank, but I don't know, it's always locked. Bonnet, I can't open it. So what I do every morning, early morning, if my parents could remember, the dog always bark as early as 4. There is this particular knife I always sleep with. I come out and punch the tires. Whenever he's driving, he has a flat tire. That continues. And one day my mom like, this quarrel you're having with your brother, he's suspecting you that you're the one punching the tires. I wouldn't know where to hurt that car, so that I just want to feel pain because he gave me pain, scratch in my body. Blood dropped. I want his own blood to flow. That was why I want to do that. But there's no way I could plant anything into his car but to punch the tires. That was what happened. The last one that happened, my parents have to come over to bail me out. And they told me they can never do a thing like that again. This continues. But after this phone on, I was so ashamed of myself. And one other thing I do is that on a sit-out with you, you may see me that you like me as a guy. I'm not interested in dating you. Seems you can pass and see me and park your car to toast me. My revenge is to pick your phone. Take the number that I know maybe is your wife's number and save it. Instead of sending you a text, I'll forward the text to her, to your wife. I'm waiting for you, where are you? So that she will get offended and you people will have issues. That is just the only thing I do, just to make you feel bad. And my sister here, she's a very good person. She does business. She sells men's clothes. But when I see she's really moving up, when I go to her house, she's telling me that she has people to meet customers I'll say, very good. Let me wait for you. It pained me when people turn my offer down. She would tell me that she wants to lock down her house. To my mind, is she feeling that I want to steal her things? I will say, okay, where are you doing your supply? And she would tell me that this is where she's going. I'll say, okay, I'm off, I'm going home. Either to my house or to my family house. I'm very, very known. So when I enter anywhere, I will go and spoil that market for her. Some people are even owing her. They can't pay her anymore, all because of what I said. I'll make sure I give the number out to the wife. I'll look for the wife of that man. My sister is not selling clothes for your husband. Rather, she's busy sleeping with him just to afflict pain on her and her business. I don't just like to see people happy. I don't like to see them happy. No matter that, my family still stood by me.
Why you don't want to see people happy?
It's the spirit in me. I'm just a sadist. I don't actually see husbands together. I move on my own. I don't know why they will always stop, but I don't want to date them. I don't want, but they keep pestering. So what I do is just to bring problems for them and go, and cause them having issues in their homes. The truth is that after then in my secondary school, passing through those things and what my friend introduced me to, and following men, the way they mess you up and just leave you, I vowed, even still vowing, that I don't want to get married. But people keep coming. That is why I don't want to see anyone. None of my friends can open their mouth and tell me they're getting married. I will spoil that relationship. I will spoil it. Tell me the guy. I will tell her, you see, you have to watch this guy very well. He's a womanizer. Instead of me to encourage them, she will, out of being a friend, she will take me to the guy's house. I will go back and spoil her. I would rather introduce her to another man. And when she's with the man, I will take photos of her and their conversation and send it to the man that wants to get married to her. And that's how they keep breaking up in their relationship, and that's all.
Can you see why you should examine everything? Whatever you hear from your husband, no matter how serious the issue, whatever you hear from your wife, no matter how serious the issue, you need to ask God. You need to find out the truth. 50% of marriage today are divorced on base of this fetish line.
My father is a contractor, and they are well respected in my church. But because of this, they hardly get job. People insult them in the public. When they come back home, they are always in tears. But when my father is sad, I ask him what is the problem. He wouldn't tell me. But later, when he's scolding at me, he will mention it out. Those that is even owing him in the last job they did, on asking them for money, they will say he should go and ask his daughter to steal and give to him. So that has bring a lot of shame to the family, that my mom is even suffering from high blood pressure now, all because of me. Those are the things I left Abuja for, because I can't stand watching my family in shame. I can't even walk on the street. My friends call me names. Man of God, all I ask is for your help and to deliver me.
How many years now the spirit has been tormenting you?
Since I've been in secondary school, I know all these things started in my JS3 after giving me a post of the assistant regulator. That was when I grew up with this. 12, 15 years now, I've been with this, but I can't control myself. When things are being done, after like 30 minutes, I get myself back. But there's no how I can apologize to those people. I'd rather move on. Since
the Spirit of God fetch you out, I will not allow you to go unless you are delivered. Tell us, what lesson do you have?
All I will say is that sometimes single-sex school is very bad. Female school is very bad because you meet a lot of things. Your school mother can keep you as a sex machine. A lot of things goes on there. Either you meet lesbians, people who encourage you not to follow men, rather you be with them. Another one, I will always advise my fellow girls and others, try to appreciate those who are happy and be happy with them. Rejoice with them. And don't be a sadist. Because right now, I'm really regretting all my acts.
You know, you have never regretting like this before.
No, I've never.
Huh?
No.
To the extent of crying. This is to tell you that the end has come. I want to appeal to the family also to extend the hands of deliverance towards them. And because I know the lady has affected not only the society, but the family too. It has affected them negatively. Are you talking of the father or the brother or sister? Listen to what our sister has said. It's a lesson to every one of us. Big lesson. May God help.
Please subscribe, like and share.